Have you ever wondered the actual value of a Kerbal fund? Well, I haven't either, but I decided I would spend my night figuring it out. Now, as an American, we're going to be converting to United States dollars because at some point the United States will rule the world. Anyway, I decided I would go find out the price of the steel beam. In-game, it's 25 funds. I then went over and decided to find the price of a steel beam in America, and it's roughly $12 per foot. So, this pesky 3.2 meters, that's not gonna cut it. I mean, the metric system? You might as well be speaking, I don't know, British. Ew. Anyway, 3.2 meters, how to convert that? Ew. So that's roughly 10.5 feet. Multiply that, it's roughly $126. So, compared to the 25 funds is roughly 5 times cheaper. This could mean many things. Could mean that Kerbal is using slave labor in their steel mines, and the actual price of steel has gone down. Or it could mean that there are more steel mines, or could mean that there's just a more efficient way of producing steel, or it could be a number of those things compared to the US. But steel's boring. No one cares about steel, right? What people care about are Mark 1 through 3 command pods. That's what I decided to find out next. Without these pesky little Kerbals in here, this thing is 3,800 funds. Pretty cheap, right? Working at, Arby's at $14.75 an hour for a couple months could earn you one of these. It's a pretty cramped apartment, but, it could work. But 3,800 funds. I was like, well, let's see how much it is in American dollars. So we all know that this command pod is loosely based off of the Apollo command pod for the Saturn V rockets. I decided to find the price of this, and I got roughly $203.4 million. That's a lot of dollars. You could definitely not afford that as a $14.75 per hour worker at Arby's. But compared to in-game, it's 53,526 times cheaper to the American alternative. Now, that would mean, if it was really American dollars, that this command pod would have a lower quality than most Chinese products. That's pretty crazy to think about. So I was like, maybe that's a little bit extreme. Let's go back to the price of electricity. So I decided to look at these 2 quadruple A batteries right here, and it's roughly $80. That seems pretty expensive for 2 quadruple A batteries. But I went on Amazon, as everyone should, Went on there, found 2 quadruple A batteries for $10.69. That's roughly 7.5 times cheaper than these $80 quadruple A batteries. That's pretty crazy. This can mean a number of things, such as the cost of energy on Kerbal is 7.5 times higher, which kind of sucks, but hey, maybe they don't have enough nuclear power plants running around or something. So, I was like, well, what's something else that's, pretty meta in this society? So, I was like, fuel, right? Fuel? You gotta fuel up your truck with oxidizer and not diesel, definitely. So yeah, decided to look at the price of oxidizer. In this tank, it's 140,800 kilograms. I then converted that into gallons. Oh, thank God, imperial system. Anyway, converted that into gallons, then found out per unit of it. and it's roughly 7.2 funds per gallon. So, could be pretty cheap, Then I went to find out how much per gallon NASA spends on their oxidizer, and it's roughly $1.65. Trust me, I would love to run my Chevy Sonic LT 2015 model on oxidizer. So it means here on Kerbal, oxidizer is 4.4 times more expensive. Kinda sucks for the everyday Kerbal. Then I decided to, what about this work lamp, right? Very weird object. So in game it's 25 funds. Could mean a number of things, who knows. I then went on Amazon, obviously, as anyone should, and found a very similar industrial lamp for roughly $20. So it's 1.2 times more expensive in Kerbal for one of these work lamps. Not a big difference. It's kind of crazy. But I was like, it's probably enough to find out how much one Kerbal fund is compared to a United States dollar. And so then I looked at the average of all of these, and I got that one Kerbal fund is equal to roughly $6,758.33. That's a lot of money, a lot of dollary-doos. The starting funds for any career save is $25,000. If you convert that into American US dollars, that would be $168,958,250. So, could be on par with NASA, but NASA's in the billions. But who knows? So, that pretty much concludes this economic journey that was so riveting and exciting, and I'm so glad that I wasted my afternoon doing this. Anyway, I'm glad that you guys have wasted your time watching this video. Goodbye.